Let's turn to our ground report tonight, and it comes from Sasan Gir in Gujarat, where 23 lions, remember, have died now in just 20 days in the Gir Sanctuary. Experts fear that the lions may be dying due to infection and not due to infighting, as was feared earlier. The situation is so grim that the Supreme Court stepped in today, demanding a report from the Gujarat government. Gopi Manyar with tonight's special report.
Death of 23 lions in 20 days and a threat of an epidemic over Gir. The only sanctuary for the Asiatic lion in the world has forced the Supreme Court to step in and seek clarifications from the Gujarat government.
जो 20-22 सिंह थे, उसको एक इन्फेक्शन के कारण जो मृत्यु हो रही है, फिर भी दिल्ली से भी टीम आई है, पुणे से भी टीम मंगवाई है, डॉक्टर दवाइयां भी आ रही है और बाकी सिंहों की जांच अच्छी तरह से हम कर रहे हैं कि जिसके कारण कोई बाकी सिंहों को तकलीफ न हो.
The samples taken from the carcasses of lions suggest the presence of canine distemper virus in 22 of them and protozoa viral infection in 4 dead lions. This puts to rest the unlikely explanation that the deaths were due to competition between prides of lions for supremacy over an area.
कुछ सैंपल्स के रिजल्ट्स हमको मिले हैं जो ये बताते हैं कि कुछ में एक वायरस है और कुछ में प्रोटोजोआ है.
What is ringing alarm bells is warning by a UK-based expert in 2012. Dr. Richard Koch of the Royal Veterinary College. He had said that the canine distemper virus could spark an epidemic which could wipe out as much of 40% of the lion population.
जो अभी 14 डेथ हुई उसमें से मेरे ख्याल से कोई बीमारी होगी, क्योंकि जो 14 डेथ हुई है एक ही पॉकेट में हुई है, एक ही रेंज तो नहीं, एक राउंड बोलते हैं सरस्यावीडी, उसमें हुआ है. 10 दिन में 11, बाद में 3, उसमें से एक दिन में 4 हुआ, मतलब कहीं न कहीं बीमारी है.
The Gujarat Forest Department has now undertaken massive surveys in order to identify and treat sick lions. Today, Gir Forest National Park is the only in Asia established to protect the Asiatic lions. And now, with the threat of an epidemic, the question is being asked again. Should a few more lions be relocated to other sanctuaries in India? With Gopi Manyar in Ahmedabad, Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, let's go straight across then to Valmik Thapar, one of the country's leading wildlife conservationists, to understand what's happening with the Gir lion. Mr. Thapar, give us your sense, what's happening in Gujarat, because first we were told that the lions were being killed because there was infighting and competition between prides of lions for supremacy over an area. Now it seems it could be the result of a potential deadly virus or a mystery disease that is rapidly spreading among the lions. What's your reading, Mr. Thapar?
Well, to give you an accurate reading, I think this is the result of a decade of badly and poorly managed lions in Gujarat. And we are seeing the results of that. I believe 23 deaths in approximately the same amount of days is a highly serious matter. I think you require the very best of our forensic laboratories to be put on high priority to understand whether some of these lions have been poisoned, because lions in Gujarat eat a lot of domestic livestock, whether some of them have canine distemper virus because they also attack dogs and will eat dogs. I think you'll get to know this by good surveys and good monitoring, but you also have to have a detection of their fecal matter to know what they've eaten. As you well know, lions in Gujarat eat very little natural prey because natural prey is very limited. So I think you need good, solid scientific information before you can theorize or conclude. But very definitely, lion prides do not kill lion prides. That is utter rubbish. You can lose lions by 1 or 2 or 3 in number by attacks of lions, but prides never attack any other pride. There's no such example in the whole of Africa. And we need to put our heads together. We need to get experts together to find out what's happening. My suggestion, or my one remedy for this problem, is that you require a national interdisciplinary team of experts, which have veterinary doctors, forensic experts, 2-3 wildlife scientists. This team is not to be run by the forest bureaucracy of Gujarat or the Gujarat government. It should be empowered by the Supreme Court. It should have the ability to invite international experts. As you know, Rajdeep, in the 1990s, the Serengeti in Tanzania, which is the greatest wildlife refuge in the world, the lions suffered from canine distemper. It wiped out 30% of their population. They believed it was dogs, and all the free-ranging dogs in the area had to be vaccinated to prevent further outbreaks. Since then, they believe that the hyena, the spotted hyena, is also a carrier of canine distemper. And we have striped hyenas in Gujarat. But all this requires good monitoring and good information. And I'm afraid you can't treat lions like cows and buffaloes. You have a little hospital for them. When they feel ill, or they're limping, or they're wounded, or they're sick, you take them to hospital, put antibiotics into them. This is not the way you deal with wild animals. So if you want to start afresh, you want to do something viable, you want to do something which is going to save the lion, then you're going to have to create a national team of experts with the possibility of inviting foreign experts.
Interesting the way you're putting it, because if I do recall that in 2012, while studying frozen tissue samples taken from a carcass of a lion that died in 2007 in Gir, research had pointed out the presence, Valmik Thapar, of a deadly virus that, according to one of UK's leading veterinarians, actually wiped out even 40%, or could wipe out 40% of Gir's lions. So obviously some of those concerns that have been raised in the past haven't been taken seriously enough.
I think that's absolutely right, because in the Serengeti 30% of the lions were wiped out. So you can have a possibility of 30 to 40% of the lions going, if this is not looked at with the best experts in India and across the world. But let us be very clear that if you want a portion of the lions to be infection-free, virus-free, or away from poisoning, you need to also look at small viable populations outside of Gir. It may be in another corner of Gujarat if the Gujarat government doesn't want to share their lions with any other state. But new thinking, innovative thinking, creative thinking in terms of how the big cat survives has to be taken into consideration. We've had enough in this country of forest bureaucracies who don't work in partnership with the outside world. And I'm afraid the time has come for the wisdom of experts to come in and decide what happens to the lion.
Let me ask you one final question then, Valmik Thapar. There was much talk about the possibility of relocating some of these lions rather than concentrating them in one area of Sasan Gir. Maybe relocating them to Madhya Pradesh, but then it became an issue of Gujarat's pride. Do you believe that this needs to be re-looked at, the possibility of relocating lions in India rather than all of them in this one confined area of Gujarat?
I think it needs to be reviewed, because an area in Madhya Pradesh called Kuno Palampur was made ready for lions. All the villages were resettled. It's a beautiful area, but it's in Madhya Pradesh. And at that point, the government of Gujarat refused to allow its lions to leave the state of Gujarat. If that is so, and that is the pride of Gujarat, and local communities do not want lions to leave, then find another place in Gujarat where the lions can live safely. You may have to fence part of that place, because these days we deal with a whole different menu of problems. But find new solutions, talk to people, hold dialogue, hold discussions. I've worked with cats for 43 years, but nobody is interested in talking to all our scientists who've got, what, 15 PhDs from Gir. The Wildlife Institute of India, all its guys got PhDs from Gir. Call them in. Have a national emergency declared about lions. Get the best people, solve the problem. This is not rocket science.
Okay. Appreciate your joining us, Valmik Thapar. Got a sense of really what is the nature of the problem. Someone needs to wake up and save the magnificent Gir lion.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.